Hi everyone, it's Natalie here. Welcome. This is the weekly tarot reading for October 3rd through the 9th. So our first full week of October, which is very exciting. I'm going to be using the Santa Muerte Tarot, which is one of my favorite decks. I have pre-shuffled it 9 times. 9 times. One of the best Hierophants I've ever seen. Love it. Awesome deck. I've always enjoyed it. So let's get to it, shall we? All right. So again, using the readings, the spread that I've been using for the past several months, which is from Benebell Wen. So it's in the description box below. So the first card will be our main energy of the week. So the energy that's most predominantly with us throughout the week to come. And this energy will sort of shape and color our entire week for us. Okay, beautiful. So that is hard for me to see. I believe we're looking at the Seven of Cups. Is that right? The light in here is so bad. Yeah, it's the 7. It is only 11:54 a.m., folks, and it is so dark and so damp and kind of warmish. It feels a little bit like this deck, and that's part of why I chose it. Not only because it's the perfect deck for this time of year. I actually was working with it last month as well, but it's got that sort of Mexican jungle feel in the world, in the world around me right now. So with the Seven of Cups, of course, we're going to be looking at a week filled with decisions and distractions. So lots of things to decide, lots of things to look at, lots of things to contemplate, consider, much of which will have a bit of an emotional charge to it. We have that heart there at the top of the card. There's a possibility to grow new things. So the decisions we make will matter. Limiting our distractions throughout the week is going to be important as well. So just being aware that distractions will be there, and whatever we can do to kind of remember, oh, that's right, this is a week full of distractions and a lot of things on the plate. So I need to be careful and mind my time a little more, with a little bit more awareness. Yeah, just awareness of how we're using our time. What are we being distracted by? What's drawing our attention? And is it going to bring us closer to our goals, closer to a more awakened heart, right? For some of us, that's at the center of our practice and what we do. But whatever it is, we want to be aware that that's going to be a major influence coming up. Okay. So the second card tells us a little bit more about what is in our best interest to place our focus on. Okay, so what do we most need to focus on for our highest good? And that is going to be the King of Wands. So, coming to a place of accomplishment, knowing our value, knowing our worth, knowing that we have a full capacity to access our creative gifts. We've got the ability to move things forward, take them in the direction that we want, and manifest things. Okay, so again, if you think about a wand, it really focuses the energy. In the way that this King of Wands is pointing or focusing his energy in a particular direction, that's all we need to do. We just need to focus the energy in a particular direction and yell go, and we're off and running. Okay, but we also need to be reminded that as the King of Wands, because we all have that aspect within us regardless of gender or gender identity, we really are the master of what we choose to manifest and create in the world. So, knowing that distractions will be there, okay, we want to be careful as well and masterful about what it is we choose to focus on. I would also say that it's in our best interest to place that focus on what's in our highest good. What's in the highest good for us is going to be what's in the highest good for all. So working from that place, right? Think about the king of the castle, the king of all we see, recognizing our own ability to have leadership, to be empowered, and the impact that that has on others around us. Also very, very important. Okay. And finally, this is an aspect that we need to be especially mindful of or to prepare for. Okay, so something that we need to keep in our awareness as we go throughout the week. And I'll draw all three of them together in a moment. And that is, oh, I love this. Okay, the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands. So, quick sip of water here before I go forward. So, just as this little skeleton creature there is about to move forward with something, we need to be prepared. Less about being mindful, I think, in this week, more about what do we need to prepare for. We need to prepare for things to move forward, okay? So this is fascinating. This week we've got all of these decisions to make and possible distractions, that we need to be, that are going to be with us. They're just inherently part of the overall landscape that we're looking at. Within that, we're being asked then to be the king of all we survey, to literally pick one thing, right? Don't be distracted. Realize there's a lot on the being offered. Okay, there's a lot in the offing here, but we need to be very disciplined about what we choose. And the reason we need to be very disciplined about what we choose is because we are preparing to move forward. Okay, plans, things, ideas that we put into place are being drawn into action. So we're going to be asked to make a shift pretty quickly. I think that may be coming this week, but maybe towards the end of the week would be when that energy starts to move. I don't feel that moving right away. It will definitely be taking off and moving forward the week following. So the week starting around the 10th, that sort of that will definitely be propelling us forward. Okay. It may be too that for some of us, we may have a lot of feels. There may be a lot of emotional stuff coming to the fore. I'm really getting that with this card. I don't always with the Seven of Cups. There may be a lot of different feelings that we have about a lot of different things that are all asking for our attention and kind of muddling our minds a little bit. That's where the distraction may come from. When there's a lot of emotional stuff to process, that can be the way that it goes. Unfortunately, it sounds like it's not really the moment to do the processing. It's the moment not to bypass anything emotional in favor of the spiritual. The King of Wands is not a spiritual bypasser by any means. That might be the Page of Wands, possibly the Knight of Wands, definitely not the King of Wands. The King of Wands is looking at all of it and saying, okay, that's all there. I understand that I have a lot of things I'm going to need to process and work through. And right now, I've got to pay close attention to my soul's purpose and what's being asked of me. Okay, each of us has a soul purpose. For some of us, that soul purpose is going to be personal and individual. For some of us, it's going to be more transpersonal and affect a lot of other people. It all depends on, there's a lot of things it can depend upon, a lot. If there's any people out there who are into human design by any chance, human design manifestors, you're probably transpersonal. Look for transpersonal aspects in your human design chart. Okay, that's that's going to be there. Whoop. Lost the light there for a second. It's important today because there's not a lot of natural light coming in. Yeah. And then finally, of course, that's all in preparation for the recognition that plans, ideas, and spiritual purpose, where those things are linked, we're going to see those moving forward soon. They're not moving forward so much this week, but they're preparing to move forward in the weeks to come. Yeah. All right, friends. Thank you so much, and I will see you again next week. Take care. Bye.